Good evening, all of you. Good afternoon, Temenglong. Good afternoon, Shillong. How is day? How was my day? My day is going good. You tell. Good afternoon, Itanagar. I can see two students in Shillong today. Great. Who has come? Sonu. Who all are there with us? I can see Shillong. I can see Temenglong, Itanagar. Who else? Who else is there? Good evening, Sisipur. Sonu and Ayush. So Rohan has not come yet. Okay, students, so we were doing the chapter of natural resources, and I think we completed till rainwater harvesting, I guess. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there anything else? Like, what was the last topic that we did? Can you just give me? Yeah, I think we discussed rainwater harvesting in last class, as I remember. We discussed watershed, and then we discussed rainwater harvesting, and we discussed rainwater harvesting, right? Okay, glad to see the class number increasing. Good afternoon, CC. We were doing natural resources, and like we are about to complete this chapter today, and most probably we'll be able to start with the next chapter. I'll be starting with heredity and evolution. I'll be starting. Okay. So rainwater harvesting we discussed, right? Just tell me once, no? We completed rainwater harvesting, if I'm right. Ayush and Sonu, why were you not coming? Like quite after I've seen you after quite long time. I think Rohan was the one who was coming regularly. He was the only one who has been present in all the classes. Okay, we completed till dams. Just let me see. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, I've gone a little far. Fine. So we did the advantages and disadvantages of dams. Okay, fine. So now we're gonna see the four biggest dams in India. Okay. So, Tehri Dam, which is located on Bhagirathi River, it's in Uttarakhand and it's the highest dam. Okay, there are two things. Either we talk about the highest dam or we talk about the longest dam. So, if we talk about Tehri Dam, you have to remember it's important for the general knowledge part also, and otherwise it's important in that context also. So, you have to remember what is the name of the dam and on which river it is. Okay, so Tehri Dam is on the Bhagirathi River, which is present in Uttarakhand, and this is the highest dam. Okay, 260 meters in India, and it's the, if we talk in India, it is the highest, but if we talk about the world, it is the eighth largest, tallest dam. If we talk about it. Fine. Then Bhakra Nangal. Have you ever seen dam in your real life? Okay, selection of which selection example? What? So have you ever seen any dam in real life? SSLC. What's that? Yeah. The CCPO students have seen. Others, have you seen a dam in real life? Like, have you ever been to a place like where the dam is there? Khuga Dam. It's on which river? Do you know that? It's okay, Itanagar. It's no problem. Khuga Dam. It's on which river? Do you know that? Matric exam. Okay, no problem, but now be regular, okay? Don't miss the classes. Yes, only Sisipur has been to the dam. Temenglong, have you seen the real dam in real life? Ishalong, have you people seen the dam in real life? Okay, which dam and on which river? CC, do you know where Cougar Dam is on which river? Loktak Lake. Oh, Loktak Lake. Okay, I've heard about this Loktak Lake. I've heard about this. Okay, that's good. Singda Dam in Manipur. Okay. Cougar River. You've seen in Kerala. Rookie Dam in Kerala. Okay. And Singda Dam in Manipur. Singda Dam I've also heard. Okay. I have seen this Bhakra Nangal Dam. This Bhakra Nangal Dam on Satluj. That's the second dam I'm talking about. And the flow of river and the big gates you see, it's quite intimidating when I saw that. Although it's just like dams, but when you see things, what you have actually learned, able to relate things, and I think that becomes so intimidating. When I have studied something and I've actually seen that in real life, that makes things, I think, more interesting. This is my personal belief. Yeah, second largest dam. Misandry. I don't know what's the exact meaning of that. I'm sorry. I'll find it out. I'll tell you after the break. I'll find it out. Misandry. It's like you're just asking the English meaning, or it is associated with this topic. Maybe I'll be able to recall. Or the spelling is correct. You sure the spelling is correct? Okay, between two hills. Wow. I could actually imagine how it would be looking like. Nice. Okay, so let's see what the dam we are talking about. Great, you have seen the dams in real life, so I think you'll be able to connect with it also. So Bhakra Nangal Dam, I've seen the Bhakra Nangal Dam, which is built on Satluj River, and it is located in Himachal Pradesh. I had seen when we were going when you go from the way of Punjab, you go from there, then you see this. Then Bhakra Nangal is the largest dam in India and the second largest dam in Asia. So it's quite big. I don't remember when I saw it some way. I actually don't remember where it is. It is somewhere because from Punjab only, then you go to this Himachal Pradesh. Now, whenever you go by way, so in North India over there, so you'll be able to see that. So I don't remember, but I have seen this Bhakra Nangal. It's the largest dam in India and it's the second largest dam in Asia. It's quite big. Then we have Hirakud Dam, which is built across the Mahanadi River. These are the most popular ones, and because the largest or they are longest in terms. That is why we talk about these dams. Okay, so Bhakra Nangal is the largest dam. Then Hirakud Dam, which is built on the Mahanadi in the tribal state of Orissa. So Hirakud Dam is located in Orissa, and it is one of the longest. So Bhakra Nangal is the largest. If you talk about maybe it's Tehri is longest. Okay, we're talking about in terms of the height. It's tallest. We'll talk about. Then Bhakra Nangal, if we're talking about, it's largest, and then Hirakud is the longest. So there are three aspects we are talking about. So Tehri is the tallest one. Bhakra Nangal is the largest, and Hirakud is the longest. Okay, then we have Nagarjun Sagar Dam. That is the largest. Okay, Misandry. Okay, fine. Okay, Misandry over there. I think the spelling error over there. Misandry. I have forgotten this meaning. I'll see it. I'll see it and tell you. Difference between second and third dam is the largest we're talking about, how much bulky it is. It's bulk. And longest we're talking about basically the length. One is the first one is the height. Largest we're talking about the bulk we are talking in that context. Longest we're talking about how long. Like if, we're talking in the terms of the length. Like if it started from there, it's going like there. So this is the longest. This is the length. And largest is, you can say talk about height also and bulk, like area, like we are talking about the whole area we are talking. In case of Hirakud, it is the length we are talking about, but in the largest we're talking about the whole area. Okay. Okay, so masonry is the stonework. Stonework, it's like the way this dam was built, So it's the stones kind of like the built was like using the stone, like there's some kind of a concrete dams, okay. And otherwise the masonry, it's like when we are using you can see bricks and stones. This particular dam is specially made with the help of these stones, so that is why we call it as the largest masonry. Otherwise, if you see have you seen the dam, they are like their concrete material is being used, cements and the concrete materials are used. But in case of Nagarjuna Sagar Dam, they had used the stones particularly. So that is why talking about that we have given masonry is the use of the stones. Okay, stonework. So that's the word is masonry. Sorry for like not giving you the answer in the first consent. I just forgot that. So masonry is somewhat like the stonework. So that's why we have specified it, because it's somewhat different kind of a structure. That is why we have. Good afternoon, Senapati Center. Okay, so we have Itanagar, we have Sisipur, Senapati, Shillong, St. Joseph. If you're connected, then please respond, children. See, others are also responding. You need to respond. Otherwise, how would I know that you are being connected to us? Okay, so give the responses. Fine. So let's see a concept test. How does building a dam creates environmental problem? When we discussed about the disadvantages, we've discussed about this. So like dams are important in a lot of things. We have seen the advantages, but what is like how they are affecting the environment? Okay, so tell me before us. First answer this question, and I'm going to ask you something else also. First answer this question. Like option A, people staying in the vicinity of dams are displaced. Is this the problem environmental? And building dam leads to deforestation and loss of biodiversity. Building of dam requires a large amount of public money, or building dam can cause problems like earthquake. Okay, Sisipur has given the answer. Okay, Bhakra Nangal Dam and Bhakra Nangal is the same thing. There's no difference. The second point was just Itanagar. The second point is just that. Sorry, I just showed you the answer. See, Bhakra Nangal and Bhakra Nangal Dam is the same thing. Over in the second point, you just not mentioned the term dam. That's it. But it's the same thing. There's no difference. They're the same thing. Okay. Yes. So answer is option B. Good afternoon, St. Joseph. Thanks for replying. Because they leads to deforestation. Building of dam leads to deforestation, and it leads to loss of biodiversity. Yes, they somewhere if they lead to earthquake also, but the environmental problem if we talk about over here is that building a dam require a lot of area, and for that you need to cut trees, you need to do deforestation, and deforestation means there will be loss of habitat for a lot of species, a lot of organisms living there, which leads to loss of biodiversity. So option B will be more appropriate. Okay. Yeah. Now, second is watershed management. What is watershed management? It is the area of a land where all the water that falls in it and drains off, to goes of a common outlet. So basically, what we are doing, we have selected a particular area of land over there. All the water resources, we have particularly built it like that, so that is why we call it as the management. So over there, all the water resources, maybe the rivers over there or lakes, whatever they are present of particular that area of land, so all they drain into a common outlet. If you can see in the image also, see there are different sources of water. Okay, there are different sources, they're coming and they're joining this one single river or outlet, and they're leading to here. Fine. So there is a common outlet for them. They all are there is rain and there are rivers. All of them are basically going into a single outlet. That is why we call it as the watershed. So that's a particular area of land. So we have a particular area where we having a single outlet in that different water resources. It could be rain, it could be rivers over there, it could be a estuaries. So they all are opening and they're leading to a common outlet. Okay. Okay, so that is watershed management. Is it clear, children? What is watershed management? Is it clear to you people? Yeah, no, which dam you're talking about? Shillong, longest dam, but not one of the highest arc built in Asia. See, longest is a different thing, and largest is a different thing, and highest is a different thing. Which dam you're talking about? Which dam? No, watershed is the land area. So that land area should have a water body or some water outlet connected to that. See, if you talk about ocean, over there, different sources are not coming and meeting over there. We can consider that, but for that particular ocean or for that particular ocean, there has to be some land area over there, and over that land, different resources of water or different maybe they are then should be draining into that ocean. So it's not the ocean, otherwise we have called all the ocean as a watershed, right? Watershed is that if you have maybe that ocean, if it is having particular land area over there and all the water resources over that land area is ultimately draining into that ocean, then we can say that water body is not the watershed. Okay, watershed is the land which is connected to such a water body on which all the resources are then draining into that water body. Okay, so that land is the watershed, not the water body. Got it? Okay, Roorkee Dam, not the longest, but yeah, that longest is Hirakud. Yeah, it may be highest. That I can agree. So there may be something different about its building, but longest dam is Hirakud. Largest is Bhavta. But of course, like if we said Nagarjun it's not something largest or longest, but why we are specifically talking about that? Because of its structure. The structure it is built, if we compare to that structural dams, then we can say that, Nagarjun Sagar Dam is the largest in terms of the masonry dams, which are all the dams which are made up of stone. So yeah, I have not actually heard about Roorkee, but if you are saying that, of course, it has to be true. Yes, Senapati. What is the doubt, children? Which doubt? Which thing? Okay, let's understand watershed again. Watershed, if you read the definition, let's read the definition again. Watershed is the area of land. Okay, it's the land area we are talking about, where all the water that falls in it, in what? In that land, it drains off to a common outlet. Have you ever been to some ocean? Like, have you been to some places like that? Watershed is the land area. It is such a land piece which is connected to an outlet of water, which may be river, which, I doubt it be a ocean. Okay, so which is connected in such a manner that all the water that is falling on that watershed, it may be in the form of rain, it may be in the form of some river, maybe in form of some small river tributary or anything like that. They all are draining into a common, it can be a ocean, it can be a sea, of course, but that sea is not the watershed. The watershed is the land which is, connected to that sea, which is leading to all the water that is falling on that or which is present on that is draining into that sea. So that is watershed, not the sea, that land area. Is it clear, Senapati, now? Or should I explain it again? Shillong is, I don't know, if the picture is blurred or something, I think that people are smiling. Am I right or wrong? I don't know, the picture is a little blurry. Are you people smiling? If yes, then why? If not, then why not? Yes, Senapati, is it clear to you? Okay. Anybody else has any doubt about watershed management, or should I proceed? Temmenglong, Sisipur, Itanagar, Shillong, St. Joseph, are you people clear? Should we go ahead? Yes. Okay. It's not yes for the previous thing. I think it's clear. Fine. Now, rainwater harvesting. You must have heard about this rainwater harvesting. Okay. When I was in 5th standard, this concept of rainwater harvesting was like very much new. And there were some kind of science projects in our school. So I made a working model with my father on this rainwater harvesting. And I got the first prize for that. and it was why it is so memorable, because it was my first working model, and because I had to sacrifice my carom board for that and my dollhouse for that. So yeah, it and my school didn't give that model back to me because it was that good. Actually, it was it was actually my father's effort. I didn't put much of effort because what a fifth standard student would do that much. But that was a brilliant model. It was a very much new concept. That is why I've won the prize. So I'll tell you. I said, but my pain was losing the carom board and losing the dollhouse, which I got like after like so much efforts. The dollhouse, carom board was not that a big deal. So what is so special about rainwater harvesting is, have you heard about it? Have any idea about rainwater harvesting? It rains a lot over there, especially the areas near Shillong. Initially, Cherrapunji was considered as to be the highest, receiving highest rainfall, but now it's another. I forgot the name. The name starts from M. That's a village, which is now considered as the highest, which received the highest rainfall. Second is Dharamshala, and I think first is a place near Cherrapunji. I forgot. It's from M, I guess. I think you people must be knowing about it. Yes, Mawsynram. Yes, correct. Mawsynram, I don't know exactly how to pronounce it. Mawsynram. Correct. It's in near Meghalaya, Cherrapunji, no? Yeah, correct. All of you correct. Yeah. I remember that, it has shifted from Cherrapunji. But I remember the name, but I don't know the correct pronunciation. That's why I wasn't saying it. Am I pronouncing it right? Okay, then that's great. Fine. So you must be knowing about rainwater harvesting, because it rains a lot over there. No, I really want to. I've heard that Shillong is the beautiful place. I told you people that one of my friend is from Shillong and she used to tell us about all these stories. And recently only she went back her home and she was posting all the pictures. I was like, I want to go there. I in fact asked her to meet you people from my side, but it could not just happen. But yeah, I really want to go there. I really want to see there. I've heard it's one of the Shillong is even called as the Scotland of India. Is it like that? I mean, whole Northeast is so beautiful. I've heard that the whole of the Northeast is so beautiful. So let's see when I'll get the chance to visit the Northeast. So living in Delhi, I think you find everything beautiful. So then you have something like that. So it has to be very beautiful. Yeah, okay, slide. Yes. First, let's discuss, right? Okay, you'll write it. It's for you only. You can write it, but let's first discuss. Do you know what is rainwater harvesting? Like, have you ever heard about it? Because it rained a lot over there, so you must be knowing about it, I guess. Okay, so have you ever tried to do it? Have you ever tried to do it? No, you should. You should. Don't you think so? Okay, let's. Oh, thank you so much, Itanagar. I would love to. Let's see how it works out. Okay, let's see. So water harvesting is harvesting. Okay, water is polluted. Now there are ways that we can do it. Okay, it's not that nobody's asking you to drink that water, but we can use that water for a lot of different ways. Like let's see first what is happening. So water harvesting is another way that we can manage our water. It's basically rain is the purest form of water, and it's like from nature is giving that water, and we're just simply wasting it. If we can use it, if we can have a better management, we can utilize that water. And how to do it? So in ancient time, many communities have used hundreds of indigenous water saving methods to capture every trickle of water. So basically I just tell you a simple thing that I've observed, like how people do it. I went to this place Triund, if you have heard. It's like a hilltop. It's in Dharamshala, and above Dharamshala. So it's a place, it's top of the hill, and over there you don't have much of the resources. Okay, how will you like food is not so easy. It's the pressure is so low over there and all that. So what happened is that over there what people used to do, it rains a lot, and when I went it was like raining, like it was a rainstorm kind of over there. So what I saw, what people were doing there, they had their big containers, like very big steel containers, quite big. So what they did, they had made a digging, they had made a dig over there, and they kept those containers over there. And when it rained, it collected a lot of water. It's a very basic thing, it's a very basic thing. They have not used any other equipment or anything like that. They simply had these big containers which they put there, and since it was raining, the water was collected in there. So they used to collect that water, and then they used to use it for because it's very difficult to get water at that hilltop. In fact, the one water bottle was a 50-60 bucks over there. So it's quite expensive because it is very difficult for them to take the things at that hilltop. They used to have these donkeys taking all these things. So it's not easy. Of course, the food is very expensive. But this way, they were using it for a lot of other things, which maybe not, drinking, of course, but other things they can be used. Okay. Yeah. Yes, it will help the group of mosquitoes. Yeah, that I agree. It helps the group of mosquitoes. Uh, Cloud is a gaseous form. Who said it will form ice? See, ice is a different phenomena, and clouds are the gaseous content which are containing water droplets in them. Okay, they are basically, if you have been to such a place, you must have seen clouds. When you go a little high, you've seen clouds. Clouds are the gases. They're the gaseous substances. Yeah, hailstone, that's a different form. When the temperature is quite high, sorry, temperature is quite low, so the water that is falling, that freezes, and that falls in the form of snow. So the different form, hailstones and all these things are when the water droplets, they basically cluster, they condenses in the atmosphere only, and then forms in the form of hailstone. So clouds are not having the solid substance, they are releasing water only. It's because of the water temperature that in the atmosphere they become the hailstone. Clouds are not, they're not solid, they are the gaseous, they're in the gaseous form. Okay, this happens in the environment. All this happens in the atmosphere. Okay, so let's come back to rainwater harvesting. So what they do, they dug small pits and lakes and put in some sample watershed system, built small earthen dams and constructed dikes in stone and limestone reservoirs. They set up. So what is rooftop? What model did I make? What I showed actually, it was a working model, so I connected motor from that. What I did, there was a dollhouse, I said. So over the roof, I basically showed the rooftop rainwater harvesting. So when there's a roof, when there's too much rain, so water gets collected. And on the roof, can you see that over here only, there's a roof, and then roofs are connected to some these pipelines, these outlets like that. So when the water was falling, it was directly falling into these outlets. Can you see? If you have a home like that, otherwise if you have a squarish roof also, then you connect it with some pipeline. When the water falls on the roof, it goes into that pipe system, and that pipe system is being connected to an underground tank. Okay, the pipe system goes like that, and it goes into the pipe, and then it gets collected into the underground tank like this. If you see this image, it collects over here, it goes into this, and then it is connected to a rainwater collection tank. It could be underground tank, it could be just a simple tank. So in this way, this particular thing is rooftop rainwater harvesting. Okay, otherwise I said that people can do, they just can dig in dams, or they can just dig in the lake or something like that, or they can put some containers. Depending upon the resources that you're having, you can manage your rainwater, and it could be, nobody's asking you to drink it. Although it is considered rainwater is the most purest form, but we can't consider as the purest because nowadays our atmosphere is too much polluted. So when this water falls, these polluted gases and all these particulate matter, it's blended with this rain, and then it no longer remains the purest form. But otherwise we can use it for a lot of things. We can use it for watering plants, we can use it for domestic purposes where we are just washing things. We can use it for that, and there's no issue with that. I guess we can absolutely do that. Yes, Kohima Center. Why so late? So this and one more benefit is that I said that we can either we can put some containers. Yeah, sure, CC4. Okay, no problem. Am I being loud? Like my voice is loud, or like my speed is more? So you need to be little. Just tell me, are you finding my speed more or my voice loud? I should lower my voice, or I should lower my speed? Voice. Okay, I'm being too loud. Wait, I'll just. Shh. Now, is it better now? Koima, is it better? Okay, I'll work on the speed also. Okay, so what I was saying is rainwater harvesting is basically that we want to use that rainwater which simply gets wasted. We all love rains, at least I love rains. I hope you people like rains. So rains, this is basically water falling. Like we have water scarcity, and like nature is just giving us water, free water. You don't have to pay for that water. So that water is falling for us. The only thing that we have to do is to utilize it, to manage it. If we can manage it, we'll not suffer from rain like water scarcity. So that's true that water is definitely not fit for drinking, although it is said that rainwater is the purest form of water. But as the atmosphere is being polluted, like air is being polluted, so when such water falls, it get mixed with a lot of particulate matter, the air pollutants. Paraffin is it's a liquidy substance, a carbon containing liquidy substance. Uh, like different like kerosene, this having little different density from the kerosene. Okay, it's that liquid carbon containing substance. Okay, yeah, so I was telling about rainwater. So what are the different ways that we can harvest the rainwater? Is that either we can, the simplest way I told you, that either you can, put big containers out there in your lawns, that, water gets collected in that. Some people even, dig some places, and that dig, when it collect water, they just put dig the substance and create a dip into the ground. In that, when the water is going to get collect, what exactly, we are not actually saving it, but what we are doing it, what we are like, we are basically increasing the groundwater level. So that is one way we can do that. Another way is rooftop rainwater harvesting. What we do in that, if you can see in the diagram also, when the rain falls on the roof, basically we have connected a pipeline system from the roof. Okay, when the water falls on the roof, it basically goes into that pipeline, and that pipeline is basically connected to an underground tank or on ground tank also. So water falling in that pipeline is going into that tank, and that is being saved. You need not drink it. You can use it for your household purposes, for like planting the plant, watering the plants, for cleaning purposes, or washing the utensils and other things like which are not basically for cooking. Okay, not drinking. So we can do that. I don't think so that's a big problem. We can definitely do that. Okay. Okay, so rainwater harvesting and even reviving a lot of rivers also. Yes, Khadan system is based on the principle of, like, next thing is Khadan system. What exactly we're doing in Khadan system? Principle of harvesting rainwater on farmland. Okay, we're doing on a farmland, and subsequent use of this water saturated land of the crop production. So basically, we have made an area, and what we are doing, if you can see the diagram, when the water is falling, okay, so water is falling, it is going directly into the they've created a dug well. They've created a dug well where they're collecting water it like that, or they're using it for harvesting as for irrigation purposes on the crop surface. The main feature is very long earthen embankment built along across the lower hill slope. So they have created an embankment over here. Since the slope is like that, so water is of course going to go like that. Okay, when the water is going to fall, it is going to go like that, and it's going to get collected into an embankment like this. Okay, it's going to get collected over here, and or either the embankment is over here. What this embankment is doing, when the water is going to come like that, you have created a system like that, and the water is falling like that. So what is happening? Since we are not allowing it to go, so water is keep on collecting. It's keep on collecting like that. So then it is used for the what is the purpose over here? We do not want to collect that water. Of course, it will not. But that water will seep into the ground. So it's simple logic. Nothing big we are doing. If you see, there's a slope area. The water is going like this. Okay, this is an embankment we have corrected. This embankment is penetrating into the ground. Okay, so when the water is going to come, this embankment will not allow this water to go ahead. It will keep on collecting, and slowly and gradually it will seep into the ground. So basically it will provide water and nutrients to the crop and also increase the groundwater. Okay, what is the joke, Shillong? Is it clear, children? Khadan system is clear to you people? Yes, Shillong, what is the joke? Itanagar clear. Shillong clear. Tamenglong, Kohima, Sisipur, Senapati, St. Joseph. Is it clear to you people? Clear. Others? What error? And it is mainly practiced in Rajasthan. What error? Why people are laughing? Okay. Oh, okay. So, kults. There one more practice that is being done in Himachal Pradesh. We call it as kults. Kults are community-owned irrigation canals. Okay, they are canals that are built in parts of Himachal Pradesh. Okay, over like 100 years ago, and you like canals. Like they've built some canals, and that water when flows through them, when water is flowing in those streams, they basically divert it. The canals are built such that, like the water. The canals are built in that the water will drive directly to the villages. So they are built for their purposes. Like the river, this is again a management. They managing a river water such a way that the canals will drive the water to the village. Okay, interestingly, during the planting season, water was first used by the village farthest away from the source of the kults, and then by the village progressively higher up. Okay, obviously the kults were taken over by the irrigation department, and most of them become defunctional, and there is no amicable sharing of water as before. This was done before, and now the irrigation department has taken over it. Now the PPK, this has become dysfunctional. This is just to tell you. Okay, you don't need to write it. This is just an additional information that I'm giving you. You don't need to write it. Okay. Wait. Okay, now we're going to talk about Ganga Action Plan. Yes. Now, why specifically Ganga Action Plan? Because you must have known that Ganga river has been polluted. Okay, and the level of pollution, it would be government of people, like it was a failure. Pollution level did not decrease. So there was a bacteria particularly which is found in that coliform bacteria, which was found in human intestine. It is the indicator of combination of diseases, which was found to be very high in Ganga during 1993 and 1994, indicating the home of diseases. When the water of Ganga was tested, it is considered as to be the holy river, as the purest form of river in India. Like we basically we all consider river as like it's holy, and Ganga is considered as to be, in especially in North India, is considered as the holiest river, if I say so. It is tragic that if we consider something as holy and we are polluting it to such a level. So Ganga river has been polluted, and since the level has gone at par, the particular bacteria which is formed in the sample of water, it proved that it has become the house of diseases. So certain measures were taken to reduce this pollution. What were taken? Revocation of existing sewage trunk in order to avoid overflow of sewage. Like the sewage was being dumped into the Ganga river. So there were measures were taken to prevent that dumping of sewage into the Ganga, which was one of the cause of causing the pollution. Then construction of interceptors to divert the flow of sewage. Of course, sewage, the water was draining into that, so divert that so that it does not drain into the other liquid waste also. So basically pollution is not just by the human activities, mainly by the human activities, but not the physical activities in the water that people do or whatever they dumped into the river. Otherwise, a lot of factory waste was dumped into that. So the main cause was that. For that, and different techniques were used to divert that and avoid any dumping of that waste into the river. So renovation of existing sewage pumping stations and sewage treatment plants, of course, to treat the present water which is being polluted, and installation of the new sewage treatment plants to recover the maximum possible resources to basically clean the water. These resources can be used as bioenergy to operate the pumping and treatment plants and derive maximum possible revenue. Okay, So basically, Ganga Action Plan was launched keeping in mind that since the river has been polluted a lot, and when the bacteria, coliform bacteria, was found, which is responsible for causing diseases in humans, so these actions were taken. So the main cause is dumping of waste from the factories and all the sewage plants, which goes into the river. So different techniques, basically trunks or to avoid the overflow of this sewage into the Ganga, and interceptors, basically interceptors are things like, if the water is coming like that, so you put an interceptor so that it just basically divert. It's basically breaking that flow or stopping that flow. So basically you are diverting it to the sun. So this sewers water which was being drained into the Ganga river, so interceptors were created at where they were being dumped. So it just shame. It's been launched, like presently who's working on that is, I know that the present minister that is working on Ganga Action Plan is Nitin Gadkari, and he said that a lot of progress has been made in the this working of an improvement in the water of you know about him, Nitin Gadkari, you know about that. Otherwise, it was launched by Rajiv Gandhi. It was launched by Rajiv Gandhi, but presently it is worked upon by Nitin Gadkari. Like it was launched in 1986 by Rajiv Gandhi. You must be knowing about him. He was the one who launched it, but not much progress was being made in this. But presently, it is, in fact, initially it is said that dolphins were found in Ganga, but then the report came that the dolphins have gone blind because of the pollution level of Ganga. But now it is said that it is being revived, and a lot of progress has been made in this project. Okay, it was launched in 1986 by Rajiv Gandhi. Okay, now let's see this question: is groundwater more advantageous than pond water? Discovered, I think Einstein was the one who talked about black hole first. I'm not sure if I'm right or wrong, but I think it was the Einstein who talked about it. I mean, discovered, I'm not very sure. I think it was the Einstein. Maybe I'm wrong. I think it was him. Has anybody idea? Has anybody's idea? Okay, let's answer this question first, right? Is groundwater more advantageous than pond water? No, because pond water can be easily accessed. Yes, because groundwater can spread through large areas to recharge well. Yes, because groundwater is cleaner than pond water. No, because pond water is cleaner than groundwater. Okay, so people are saying both B and C. I've got most of the answers option D. Okay. Temminglong, do you want to answer? Or should I just show the answer now? Yes, absolutely correct. Pond water is more of a stagnant water, and whenever there is a stagnant water, that will not be a good quality of water. Why river water is considered as to be pure water until and unless sewage or other things are not done, because river water is constantly flowing, and something which is constantly flowing, you said that it is like, it's a very popular saying. Stagnant water will be something which is, so it is saying in a psychological, physiological term like that, if you stop somewhere, you start degrading. So stagnant water is a degraded water. So when you need to continuously moving for a better growth. A stagnant thing, a stop, when something is stopped, you start to get rust. So yeah, absolutely correct. Option D is absolutely correct. Very good, children. Okay, fossil fuels. So you must be knowing about it. Fossil fuels are hydrocarbons which are formed from dead plants and animals. Why there is problem from fossil fuels? Like why we are basically running this talking about this chapter is that because we have to find alternative resources, because fossil fuels will soon run out of fossil fuels, because fossil fuels, they form after like so many years, like million of years it took them to form, because they form from dead plants. It took like so many years for dead plants and animals to form fossil fuels. So that is why we are taking, it's like millions of years to form. That's what I said. So we are taking, that is why we are opting for alternate resources for the energy. Like we've talked about hydrothermal energy, we talked about solar energy, geothermal energy, different sources. They're not maybe that efficient as the fossil fuels, but yeah, I know that picture is interesting. So maybe you are throwing something given from you from your senior, or report card, anything like that which you don't like, so you can simply throw it in there. So they are organic. Organic means something which is having carbon, hydrogen, and they're containing carbon, which on burning contributes in causing global warming. Do you people know what exactly is global warming? Yes, because I asked some students, they were not. Yeah, this is something I was thinking to ask you people. Like, you heard climate change, like you must have heard about climate change. I really hope you have, because it is the need of an hour. Climate change, yes. So coal and petroleum are the fossil fuels, and paraffin, you asked, I told you it's like basically it is obtained from petroleum only. It is used for making wax. So paraffin is actually obtained from this coal and petroleum. Okay, it contains mixture of different hydrocarbons. Yes, climate change, student. I really want to know your view on that. You know what is global warming? You know what we're talking about, the climate change. I would like to bring in a notice over here. They basically get trapped. So global warming, if we basically simply break the term global warming, it's globally we're talking about as the whole of the earth. And there's warming up, the temperature is rising up, and that leads to a lot of problems. You know about a girl from New Zealand who has given a tremendous speech in United Nations on this climate change? She has been working on this, like she is like, I think she's just 16, and she has been working on that. Other students, I want your input. I can only see Shillong talking. Yes. Can you tell me her name? And have you heard her speech? Greta. Her name is Greta, and she used the word in her speech that we are heading towards mass extinction. Yes, Greta, we are heading towards mass extinction. So, Shillong, a little focus over here. I'm going to give you break at 5, like within 4 minutes. Can you just give me a little attention over here, please? Thank you. Yes, so global warming because of our actions. Are you like doing anything about it? Like, can you do anything about it at your level? Yes or no? I don't know that. Other people are sleeping. Okay, this must be funny, but we need to conserve fossil fuels. I think if people are not interested in talking about climate change right now, but we'll definitely have a discussion on that. So we rely on non-renewable fossil fuels a lot, and since we're gonna run out of them very soon, we need to find alternate resources, and we are doing. We need to find it, and we are doing it also. We are relying on solar energy a lot. Like we are implanting solar panels in a lot of schools. Solar panels have been implanted for the electricity. So for fossil fuels, we need to, you need to tell me that how we can, like how they are impacting the environment. They are causing air pollution, they are causing global warming, a lot of things that they are causing. So we need to find not the alternative sources, because we're gonna run out of them, but also they are very dangerous for the environment. Okay. Okay. Yes. Let's read this question. Yes, I love minions. Who doesn't like minions? Others, where are you people? Sisipur, you have been so active. Like, you used to be so active. Now you people are not responding at all. Senapati, Itanagar, you were responding. Now you're not there. Temenglong, St. Joseph. Come on, where are you people? Only Shillong and Kohima are the active students over here. I want to see the responses from everybody. Yes, Ramesh carried out an experiment to detect which gases are emitted when coal and petroleum are burnt. On using a gas detector, he observed that one of the gases emitted was a major gas involved in acid rain. Then do reply, students. This gas is also emitted. Yes, correct. You found it on Google. This gas is also emitted by burning of an exhaust of a car. Can you determine the name of the gas? Very simple answer, I guess it's not very difficult. Very good. See, you have to be specific over here. In answer, there may be gases which are present in acid rain, but read the last line. We are also talking about a gas which is emitted by burning of exhaust of a car. So you have to give your answer keeping that in mind. In option, there may be multiple answers correct for the gases present in acid rain, but you have to keep in mind the second option as well, which is saying that that gas is also emitted by burning of an exhaust of a car, so you need to keep that also in mind. Do you want to change your answer, or should I just show you the answers now, because I've got multiple answers? Shillong, you don't want to give the answer? Okay, let's see. Very good. Acid rainfall is caused by atmospheric pollution and it causes environmental harm, chiefly to forests and lakes. You must be knowing that. And the main cause is the industrial burning of coal and other fossil fuels, and the waste gases from which contain sulfur and nitrogen oxides, which combine with rainwater to form acid. Exhaust produced by vehicle also contain nitrogen oxide, sulfur oxide, carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and carbon dioxide. Thus, the correct option is option B, because sulfur dioxide is present in both exhaust. Also, it's released from the burning of the fossil fuels from the exhaust of the vehicles, and it is also it's one of the gases present in the acid rain. No problem. Your answer is option B is correct. Yes, what is your better? Reusing an article or recycling? What do you think? We should reuse the things or recycle the things? Come on, I want the input from all of you. I want a response from all of you. What is your perspective? This is what is better, reusing an article or recycling it? We're talking about just particular in between these two, not the 3 hours. We're talking about in between reuse and recycling. Why reuse? If you say reuse, then give me the point on which you are saying that we should reuse. And if you say recycle, why should we recycle? Yes, Shillong, come on. Kohima, why reuse? Temenglong says recycling. Why recycling? Based, give a logic on which you're basing your answer. Conserve because we're going to run out of them. And conservation means two things, that either we should use them minimally because they cause a lot of pollution. Second thing, they are essential at some level, and when we are going to run out of them and we do not have a complete alternative, if you're going to run out of fossil fuels, what we're going to do. So there are two reasons for conserving. That one thing is that we're going to run out of them and we do not have absolute alternate for that, and second thing is that they are causing a lot of pollution. So conserving means basically to stop using or minimal the use. Okay, so Kohima says that we should reuse. So their logic behind that is it does not consume energy. Okay, Shillong says both. No, both will not work. You have to give the reason for that. Okay, Itanagar is saying reuse because recycle may need financial resources. Okay, logical enough. Kohima is also logical enough. Good. So two centers are saying reuse. Temenglong, why recycle, children? You have to give the point basing your answer. Two logics we have got, that reusing will be less energy using. Of course, energy can be financial energy also. So that's what Itanagar said, that we need financial resources for recycling. For reusing, we do not require any financial resource. We do not require energy. But if you're saying recycling, why recycling then? Like, why you think that we should recycle things? Senapati, what do you think? Sisipur, where are you, children? St. Joseph, come on. Give your input, children. What do you think? Then answer. Okay, Senapati is saying that we should recycle because we can make use of the same article again, but that we can do by reusing also. We are using the same article. Okay, you get bored using the same article. Okay, reuse it does not go waste. Recycle, no need to cut any trees. Okay, let's see what does this say. Wastage of money required for recycle of waste material. That was the point raised by Itanagar. Reuse of an article reduces the pressure on the natural resources, again, not just the financial resources, other resources also, and decrease the amount of garbage formed. Because when you are recycling things, of course, it is not that the entire material will be recycled. There may be some waste material that is being formed. So that is another problem. You know, you're using money, you're using resources. Secondly, there may be some waste formation. Then you have to discard that also. Then reuse creates less air and water pollution again than making a new item or recycling. So yes, of course, reuse is better, but of course, recycle is much better than removing and discarding it directly into the environment. So like if there's a possibility that we can reuse a substance because there are certain substances which are single use. So in that case, we'll go for recycling. Otherwise, reuse is a better option. Okay, good. Okay, so like non-biodegradable waste like plastic, metals, glass can be reused, and this is because these products are recyclable and end up in landfills, thus contaminating the ground. So plastic bottles, for example, release cancer-causing chemicals that causes reproductive problems, liver diseases. So there are a lot of problems. So because again the thing is that why we are dealing with plastic now, we are saying that we should stop especially the single-use plastic, because you must be knowing that there are a lot of floods in a lot of different parts of the country. One of the reasons is that the plastics being clogging the drains and the water is not draining properly. Otherwise, when they're dumped in the landfills, they produce toxic substances which are cancerous, carcinogenic in nature, and they cause a lot of diseases. Okay. And in ground too, they make the soil also bad. And old newspaper can be reused. I think we all use. Yeah, interval. Yes, yes, yes. Old newspapers can be, paper bags, all these can be recycled, reused. What you can reuse. If something which is, if you reuse that could be dangerous, then recycle it. Okay. Thank you, Itanagar. Okay, this we're gonna discuss after the break. Okay. So, okay, break time. We'll meet after 10 minutes, but we are back after 10 minutes. We're going to complete this chapter and we are going to begin with another chapter. Okay? See you after the break. Students, are you back? One is missing. Who's not there? Yeah, I heard it went like 45 degrees in Paris. But it was the hottest day in Paris. 45 degrees, I guess. Where is Ayush? Okay, great. Senapati, is my speech clear to you people now? Kohima, Sisipur, Temenglong, are you people back? Saint Joseph? Okay. Kohima and Sisipur, I have not seen any response from you people. Are you there? Okay, I'll be a little slow. Okay, Senapati? I'll try to be a little slow. Okay, so let's have a discussion. Let's see. Mr. Gupta was worried about the huge electricity bill of last month. He's trying to find out remedy of this problem. Can you help out by thinking ways to decrease his energy consumption? Like, how can he do that? Imagine that if you get a long number electricity bill, which you can't even match it, like it's the electricity number or the electricity bill. So what are the ways that we can it's not just about the bill only, it's also about that we are basically wasting electricity somewhere. That is why you're getting such a huge amount of bill. Okay, solar electricity, yes. So one thing that he can implant solar panel at his house. So yeah, it's one-time investment. It may be expensive at one time, but otherwise, it'll be, especially in the daytime, energy consumption will be totally dependent on that solar panel. And that way, there'll be less usage of the electricity, and the bill will be less. Okay, solar electricity is one way. Yes, what else we can do? What else Mr. Gupta can do to decrease his energy consumption? Yes. Any input? Come on, students. Don't use it. How will you survive without it? Senapati, any input? Kohima? Yes, Kohima, I really want to see you people. Of course I want to see you. Why wouldn't I be? Yeah, judicious use is a better word. Yes, Kohima, of course, children. Why are you asking, like, are you installing the camera over there? Or are you going to send me a picture? No input. Why? You will happy with that huge amount bill? Absolutely correct. By switching off the bill when it is not in use. Anything else? Okay, let's see. You know about CFLs? They stand for compact fluorescent lamps. They use approximately 75% of the lesser energy, okay, than incandescent light bulbs. So many people are using them instead of using that orange, that color. These having less light energy, but that gradually increases. Okay, so yes, what else? So this means that CFL require less wattage or watt of energy to produce an equivalent amount of light. So it produces light equivalent to that, but the amount of energy that it uses is quite less. Then promote better airflow in your home, use ventilation. So you will have to use less air conditions if you have a better ventilated house. So you'll be requiring less use of air conditioners. No, not that much. And otherwise, it is a one-time investment. Of course, it is expensive as compared to the bulbs, but it's a one-time investment. It gives you less bills. So you should definitely switch to them. Okay. Then, of course, then turn off the lights when not in use and unplug appliances when not in use. Prefer hanging wet clothes than using clothes dryer. Of course, when there is a good hand washing clothes rather than using washing machine, that's not always easy. Okay. Then, of course, solar panels they have not mentioned, but of course we can do that. That's one way. It's again a one-time investment. Fine. See, use CFLs. It's saying just go. We don't need you. And this bulb causes a lot of heat also in the room, in the houses, and also they're expensive, and also they, cause a huge electricity bill. So CFLs are better. The white color is better than the yellow light. So of course, think, act, and save. Use CFLs. Bulb is crying, but it's not good for our environment. Okay. Yes, spot the differences. Of course, these are not exactly the same, but you can spot the differences. So yes, what differences are there? Tell me quickly. What differences are there? What is the difference? Okay, there's only one difference. Come on. Yeah, absolutely. Left one is the electricity waster. He's drying the clothes in clothes dryer. Another one is the intelligent one who's saying that if we are having a bright sun outside, then why to use a dryer, to simply put it out and it dries better in the sun, because sun is also one way of it kills a lot of microorganisms. In hospitals also, usually hospitals have windows. They simply do the sterilization of letting the sunlight come in. Sunlight also is one of the sterilization methods. It kills the microorganisms. So if you dry the clothes in the sunlight, it is like it basically kills the microorganisms also. Yeah, absolutely correct, Senapati. Absolutely correct, Shillong. Good. Kohima, Itanagar, correct. Okay, so the chapter is being done. This chapter is completed, but we are not going right now. I am seeing you in this class only right now. We are going to start with another chapter. But tell me before that, do you have any doubts from this chapter? Anything that you did not understand? I'll explain it again. Okay, so the break's over. Ayush? Ayush and Sonu? Rohan, you were sitting right there and Ayush and Sonu came in late. No. Sonu is there. Ayush and Rohan came in late. So Ayush and Rohan, don't you think too big of a break? Too much of a break, no? No. Other students were here. Okay, any doubt from this chapter? Stakeholders are basically, who holder is, who have a share in that. And stake is like, who are like, if I say that we're talking about the forest, who are actually responsible also and who have, who are eligible to use its produce or, use it. That it could be anything. We talked about the stakeholders of forest. So, I told you, Senapati, why do we need to conserve fossil fuels? Okay, I'll explain it again. So stakeholders, basically, when we talked about the stakeholders of forest, or those people who are, who have who are answerable to it. who are answerable for its functioning or are answerable for its, we have stakeholders of the company, say na? There's different stakeholders of the company who have their shares in. All those people who are answerable if anything goes wrong with it, who are answerable if anything is not good with it, in both the cases. So those are the stakeholders. Is it clear, Kohima? Like we in the companies, you say, na, these are the stakeholders, these are the shareholders, shareholders, who will be answerable if anything is not going good with the company, who are basically eligible for the things, who have a role in that, who are responsible for that, for its functioning. See, fossil fuels, if we talk in terms of conservation, fossil fuels are produced after a long, like it took million of years for them to renew, to form again. And we are running out of the fossil fuels that we are having. There's a high chance that in future we'll be running where we are no longer having the fossil fuels. And right now we do not have, say a fixed alternative that we say if we run out of fossil fuels, we have this thing. We will survive with this thing. Okay, we do not have that. We are trying different methods. We are trying hydroelectricity method. We are, must have heard there was a scientist who tried to run a car using water. Now we are running onto electricity cars. You must be knowing that. Okay, so we are trying to, switch to different methods because there are two reasons. One thing that we are going to run out of them. So that is why we need to conserve them because their amount is going to, decrease if we use them continuously like them. So that is why we need to conserve them. And how we are conserving them? We are basically using them less and switching on to some different methods. Another reason that we'll not say basically to conserve them, to use them less, is that they cause air pollution. For that is also another one reason that we want to switch on to the methods which cause less air pollution or no air pollution. That is why we are switching on to hydroelectricity power, solar energy power. They do not cause any pollution, okay? But yes, they are not the very, like, they're not the absolute alternative, but yes, they are the alternatives which we should switch on so that we use fossil fuels less, or, when there is no any other option. That is why then only we use them. Is it clear to you, Senapati? Itanagar, thank you for the compliment, children, but let's focus on what we are studying, please. Okay. Then forests are biodiversity hotspots. Not all the forest. Forest we can say, of course, they are biodiversity hotspots. Okay, we have forest are the place of a lot of species, so of course they are biodiversity hotspots. Okay, great. So any other doubt? I think Kohima, are your doubts clear? See, biodegradable waste has a different discarding practice. We discard them differently, and non-biodegradable waste have to be discarded differently because non-biodegradable waste needs a proper management. So if you're going to mix them, just imagine if like biodegradable waste is something, if you pull it on the ground, if you throw it on the ground, it is not going to cause any harm because it is biodegradable. It will eventually get degraded by the microorganisms, and there will be no pollution, or there will be no pollution of the land. But imagine that if you're not discarding them and you are throwing a non-biodegradable waste like we do, plastics and all these substances. Plastic is non-biodegradable and it is thrown, which causing landfills, and that is causing these pollution. So now that is why we need to discard them. So that this section is biodegradable. You can discard it by throwing it to the ground or anything like that. But a non-biodegradable waste requires some different kind of action for its discarding. So that is why we need to separate them. Dikes. I don't know. It's some science word. I don't know. Dikes. That depends upon their property. Like, biodegradable is something which a microorganism or a decomposing substance will feed on. So, like animal waste, vegetable waste, all these substances can be feed upon by the microorganisms. But plastic is not beneficial to them. Why would they feed on plastic? So, biodegradable is something which a microorganism, which is a living organism, which can feed it on. It cannot feed on plastic. So, it is not biodegradable. So that is why what microorganism will like is biodegradable. So it does not like plastic. It does not get it's not biodegradable. Yes. Any other doubt, children? Any other doubt, children? Yes, any other? Okay, can we go ahead with the chapter? Any doubt? Fine. Yeah, I had my lunch. Why? Major test. What do you want to know about major test? That's a test. I'm not supposed to talk about that. It's biology section is not going to be difficult. So relax. Major test is simply when you're going to have a test of physics, chemistry, biology at once. Okay, you'll have one, like we studied separately, right? So major test is something when you're going to give all the sections at once. So you'll be having a test which is having 10 questions from biology, 10 from physics, 10 from chemistry. Okay, don't worry, it's not going to be a difficult test. Okay, fine. So we are left with the two chapters. Today we are going to cell. The fundamental unit, I'm sorry, not the cell. For this, you're gonna come, the chapter is gonna come for biology is, you have which major test? Which major test do you have? Like you have major test for science, maths or what? Okay, you'll be conveyed the syllabus, so don't worry, okay? Just relax, you don't have to worry about the major test right now. Okay, so next chapter is a very interesting chapter. But before that, like before starting the chapter, I want to ask this thing from you people. You know that we all look similar to our parents. Like we have similarities from our parents, from our siblings, and some have even similarities from their grandparents on the paternal side, maternal side. You know that, right? You have this idea. Is it true or not? So you tell me, like you are much more similar to your mother or father. Like you say, na, that this looks like you are so much, you resemble your father. You look like your father. You look like your mother. So like, okay, mother. What about you people, other people? Whom you resemble the more? Your father or your mother? Mother. Okay. Others? You can tell individually also. Some father, some mother. Okay. Father. Okay. Some things on my father, some things on my mother. Mixture. Some people say I resemble my mother, some people say I resemble my father. I don't know. But yeah, I think a lot of characteristics. So this whole chapter is about this only. Like yeah, I have few characteristics. Like you, all of you. It's not that you're entirely on your mother, entirely on your father. There are things that some characteristics we get from our father, some characteristics we get from our mother. Okay, so thank you, Koima Center. So we have this, like we get something. So this chapter is all about that. Why do we resemble them? Why there is a similarity? We are going to, so don't you think this is interesting to know? Like why we are having such kind of similarity? Like why is there? In fact, you must have heard, like it's not just your parents. Sometimes some of people resemble their uncles and aunts and grandparents. So there has to be something common which is responsible for that. But one thing, when we started sexual reproduction, I told you that in sexual reproduction, there is term that is variation. Like we resemble our parents, of course, but variation is that something new comes. So I want, my question to you people is that one thing that you want to tell that is exclusive to you. Like if I say that what is so exclusive about Ayush, what is so exclusive about Rohan, what is so exclusive about Sonu, what is so exclusive about um all you students, like what do you think? Since I am only thorough with the name of Shillong students, that's why I took their name. You can tell me your name, so I can tell it. Like, and ask you personally this question. So, what is so exclusive about you? Now, you resemble. Like, I'm talking about the uh, you'll get to know about this, Shillong. Don't worry. You'll get to know about this. Nobody's gonna take your test without informing you. So relax. You'll be informed about it priorly. Okay. So come on, answer me. If I say that you have this particular characteristics, it could be a behavioral characteristic also. Something you said that none of your parent is having. It's something exclusive about you. Okay. Okay, Lydia. It's Lydia, right? So what is so exclusive about Lydia? It's Lydia or Lydia? When I asked this question from another class, some people said that uh, they that person is get lose their temper so early. Nobody's like that. Where are you going? I thought you people are leaving. Yes. What is so exclusive? Like that's entirely absolutely your characteristic. Nobody's having that. Come on, answer. Anything comes to your mind. Good one. Okay, I got a response from Koima that. Oh, can you tell me your name so that I can tell other people? Okay, Cece. So Cece said that she talks too much and both her parents are really silent. Okay, good one. Okay, Shillong, I'm a good speaker. Who's this? Good speaker as compared to your parents. Okay. Okay. Yes, what about others? Anything you want to tell? Anything that was just so exclusive about you? Silent. What do you mean by silent killer? Who's this, Long? Who's this? Okay, you both of you are having the same thing that you are good speak. Anger. Like you get angry easily, or like it's vice versa. Like your parents get angry easily and you're not the one who gets angry so easily. So Ayush and Rohan has the same thing. What about Sonu? Okay, who's this? Who get angry easily? And who's this? Senapati, who's this? Who said you're hardworking and talk less? Okay. You think that your parents are not hardworking? They may talk more, but they are hardworking. They must be hardworking, no? Okay. I'm sorry. Fine. But you can tell me something which is so exclusive about you. Like, like I tell that you are an excellent observer. That's what I've observed about you. Like you observe little things and and that's a very good characteristic. A lot of people and that's a characteristic which comes from a good concentration. So that's a very good thing. War? What's that, Itanagar? What war? Okay, let's come back to the chapter. What about me? I was thinking what I'm gonna answer. I think thinking. I think I lose my temper not very easily. Or maybe I do, but I don't like get outbursts so easily. Uh, Of course, everybody gets angry. That's a normal thing. It's not that I don't, but I do not usually, not so quick in losing my anger. Malab, like my parents are not that they're gonna get angry so easily. They do, but I think I am. I hope that pertains. I don't know if it is correct or not, but I think that I don't get angry very easy, like not so frequently as compared to them. Okay. Okay, so yes, let's begin a little. We're not gonna like. I know we have done a chapter, so you must be a little tired. Okay, so let's start a little of that. Okay, any new movie you wanna suggest me that I should watch? Any new movie coming up I should not miss? I saw. I told the 9 students to watch it. You people watch Hindi movies? Super 30, yeah, it was a good movie. But I think they made it a little dramatic at the end. No, it was a good movie. Like first half was really amazing, and the second half I was expecting that it'll show the students' efforts or something like that, how they were studying. But they made it quite dramatic at the end. I think I've found it like a little. At the second half was like more dramatic and fights and all about that. I think it could be made a little better one. Yeah, war and all. Okay, I saw this movie Chichore. It's a very good movie. It's having a very good message on education. You should watch it. Yeah, you told me about Joker. I saw its trailer. It has been released yet or not? He said that he got a standing ovation or something like that. I'm talking about the recent movie, Tanagar. Chichore is a very good movie. It's especially you should watch. It's about education. Like it's a very good message that you should watch. If you can understand Hindi. You can tell me English movie also. Achha, it was released in Venice. Okay. I think it has not been released in India yet, I think. On 4th of October or September. Otaku means? I don't know what is otaku. What is otaku, Koima? So you've seen the movie? Yeah, I remember. Of course, who can forget him? It's a good movie. It has a very good message in the end, I think. And it's really funny. Yeah, anime. I like animated movies. Otaku. It's from some like anime, right? It's an old movie, Tanagar. Okay, come on. Let's enough of the movie talk. Let's have an introduction of this chapter, okay? Yes, Coco was a brilliant movie, like brilliant, and it even got Oscar in the animated section. Coco, amazing, really amazing movie. And Inside Out also. Have you seen Inside Out? Amazing movie. You should watch it. Very nice movie. Okay, so Heredity, we are discussing this chapter. We'll just have an introduction. Okay, we're not gonna go in. Yeah, it's animation. Coco, it's animated movie. It's amazing movie. Okay, so let's see the concepts that we are gonna cover today. If we are able to cover it completely, we're going to study about how diversity is like associated with inheritance of the from the parents, determine the process by which the traits are inherited, how it is happening, then some of the terminologies, and we'll analyze, if time, we'll analyze the Mendel's experiment. I don't know about the brain work. Yeah. Mm, I don't know. Okay, enough of the movies. Let's come to the chapter now. Okay. So you know that we get information from our parents, half from mother, half from father, And but in a sexual reproduction, there is, since the information is coming from two, so there is variation which causes genetic changes that occur between two generations. Like that's what I was asking about you, that what is so exclusive, which is not present in your previous generation, but it is present in you. So that is variation, which was not in the previous generation but is now present in you. So that is variation. Okay, so that is present in sexual reproduction only. It is not seen in asexual reproduction, as we've discussed in the previous chapter. That is like reproduction in organisms. We've done that chapter already. Okay. Wait, this is yeah. So you know that humans have evolved from ape. You know that, right? Evolution is basically what is evolution is that, when the environment is changing, according to that you change. If you adapt the changes and gradually, and this is a very slow process, very slow. It doesn't happen like we're seeing it in one single image, but it took a lot of years for this to take place. And from ape to human, it's a long process, and it gradually happened. Like for example, initially they were walking like this, but as the environment changed, their food habits changed. There's a movie Crudes, it's based on early human. So according to the environment, when the changes are taking place in the environment, your internal body changes happen to adapt to that change, and that leads to basically variation. So basically variation is actually responsible for evolution. Variation, when variation comes according to change in the environment, and then it leads to the different, when there's a formation of a new, altogether a different species, we call that evolution. Yeah, Stone Age animation. Yeah, Crudes in on the Stone Age animation. Okay, which of the following is not an example of the genetic variation? Can you answer this? Of course, it's very easy. Genetic variation is something when it is like, when the gene is like, there's some change in the gene is taking place. Yeah, that's very easy, of course. Obviously, wearing warm clothes during winters, that is a physical adaptation of the body. Your genes are nothing to do with that. Okay. Yes. So, what is the meaning of word trait? Trait or a character is a feature of an organism. Like, for example, some people have round face, some people has a longer face, some people has oval, heart-shaped face. So, this is one of the characteristic. Like, if I say that someone has blue eye, someone has brown eye, someone has black eye. So, this is a trait. All these are different kinds of a trait. So, trait is a characteristic or a feature of an organism. Okay. Now, how the traits are inherited, like what exactly is heredity? The passing of traits from the parents to its offspring is called heredity. Like that, what we say that, we resemble our parents, this we have got from our parents. So that what we have got is actually the heredity. The traits are passed through the germ cells, genetic cells, through the process of reproduction. As you know, when we started reproduction, there are gametes, which we call gametes, are actually carrying the information from the parents that are being passed on to the fetus, to the offspring, and that is heredity. And we call it as inheritance. You said that you have inherited from the previous generation. So that is basically heredity. What he wants to write? Yes or no? Okay. Do you want to write or should I change the slide? Okay, just tell me when you're done writing, okay? Should I change the slide now, children? Which of these traits cannot be inherited? Intelligence, height, hair texture, or eye color? Okay. Yes. Yes, absolutely correct. Most of you have given the same answer. Shillong, you don't want to answer this? Absolutely correct. Yes, intelligence is something is not inherited, that you develop on your own. Okay, that's your effort, that's environmental factors matter there, so it's something that you develop on your own. So these are the basic terminologies. What is an allele? A gene that is found in one of two or more different forms in the same position in a chromosome, or so produce a particular characteristic. Just for example, if I say that the gene which is responsible for producing blood group, okay, that gene is I. Okay, that gene is present on the chromosome 9, and that is fine, but the alleles for that is IA, IB, and I naught. So all these are responsible. They are of the gene I, but that is for the gene for the blood group. But they all, so basically gene is, when gene is found in two or more different forms, so IA is also the gene for the blood group, IB and I naught. So when they are found in the different forms in the same position on the chromosome, then that to produce a particular, so characteristic is the blood group. Gene is I and it has different form IA, IB and I naught. So that is an allele. Okay, a gene is a basic physical and functional unit of heredity. Genes are actually responsible for, the heredity. The information that we are getting from the previous generation is in the form of gene only. And chromosome, chromosome are present in the nucleus, which can, the DNA molecule is packed in the chromosome in the thread-like structure. So basically, it's the chromosome. This is the chromosome. Okay, this is one chromosome. The chromosome is having the DNA. Chromosome is actually made up of DNA, and the functional unit of DNA, like if this is DNA, okay, so this particular section, the different sections of DNA, they are having the gene. So gene is the functional unit of DNA, and this chromosome is containing the DNA. Are you people done writing? Just tell me when you're done writing, okay? Sisipur done? Shillong, Kohima, Temanglang, Senapati, Itanagar, are you people done? St. Joseph is not replying at all. Okay. Shillong done? Okay. So rest of it we'll study in the next class. Okay. Rest of it we are going to study in the next class. The Mendel experiment is a big topic, so we cannot cover it in like 5 minutes. So we are going to begin it within the next class. I'll see you in the next class. Till then, like, we'll be properly starting this chapter in the next class, heredity chapter. Okay. What happened? You want to write it, Senapati? You can write it, children. Okay, so I'll see you in the next class then. All those who want to write, they can write. Senapati, you're still writing, children? Bye-bye. Okay, great. I believe it's still happening. And maybe new species may be found. If mass extinction doesn't happen. We'll discuss it someday. Okay? We'll discuss it. Okay, bye-bye. I'll see you in the next class. All of you, take care. Good night. Bye-bye.